universities must be engaged.
We are producing graduates who do not have an innovative mindset.
Through SASACID, I've gained a lot of experience.
Big success we have is really the agribusiness curriculum.
One of the key challenges facing tertiary agricultural education in Africa is that graduates are not well prepared to work in the agricultural sector.
The teaching of agriculture is one that has been very much questioned, because in Africa we are told we are producing graduates who do not have an innovative mindset so that they can be able to push the agricultural agenda to new levels that can spearhead development.
Apparently, we are having very few youth getting involved in agriculture, and yet it would be very easy for providing employment.
Innovation is taking place in Africa with or without you. With or without you. But my belief and that of many organizations is that universities must be engaged.
Why is Africa importing food when all of us as Africans are farmers?
To address this challenge, the African Network for Agriculture, Agroforestry and Natural Resources Education, ANAFE, initiated the SASACID Programme in 2012 with the main objective of transforming agricultural education in Sub-Saharan Africa.
SASACID is a program that ANAFE jointly developed with several of its member institutions. It focused on two main thematics, which are agribusiness, and the other one is managing risks and uncertainties in agriculture.
Agriculture education needs really to be reformatted, needs to be kind of like repackaged in such a way that it can respond to the various needs of farming in Africa. Can we bring a business outlook, a business dimension, an income generating dimension on agriculture, so that youth look at agriculture as a source of income?
The 3-year program was sponsored by the Swedish International Development Corporation.
One of the components of the program was about self-assessment, institutional self-assessment. When they did the institutional self-assessment and shared that with the management of the institutions, now many of the institutions that are part of SASACID are now starting new strategic planning. And that new strategic planning is looking at how can we make our graduates to now become job creators.
This program helped my institution to understand itself. Secondly, we did a tracer study. This tracer study is a work we carried out on graduates of our Department of Agricultural Economics and Agribusiness. We were able to trace them where they were working, many of them, and we talked to them to know the effect of our teaching on their working. Responses from them helped us really to participate actively in the ANAFE curriculum review. And now that the curriculum reviewed is out, my department is already looking at it to use it in the teaching of our agribusiness subjects in the university.
The Strengthening Africa's Strategic Agricultural Capacity for Impact on Development, SASACID, was meant to specifically improve the quality, relevance and application of tertiary agricultural education (TAE) in Sub-Saharan Africa.
Now we realize that there is need for a program that will really transform tertiary education in Africa, particularly when it comes to agriculture.
We have to adapt the programs to the real needs of the local communities, the research programs, the teaching programs, so that people who are coming out, the trainees, can fit and do something which will be helpful for them, especially the young. They have a lot of energy, they have young brains to think, to innovate. Let's give them a training which is related to the real problems and the real needs of the local community of the country.
So far, the SASACID program has brought about significant changes in the delivery of tertiary agricultural education in Africa.
What we have done, we're showing that including agribusiness in the program of studies will help the universities to be more relevant to development.
Botswana is dependent on diamonds, and they want to diversify from just depending on diamonds. So one of the things that the government of Botswana is doing is to, diversify into agriculture, and agribusiness is one of the things they want to diversify the economy with. So there is a buy-in at national level, there is a buy-in at college management, and they are willing to support the agribusiness, and actually they're encouraging the department to develop an agribusiness program.
The SASACID program impacted my institution because the faculty we implemented 5 years ago were looking for support to build capacity, but also build a partnership. And the SASACID was among the collaborating program that really came on time.
Some of the key results of the SASACID program include, but not limited to, 2 books on agricultural risk management have been published and currently in use. More than 10 universities and colleges are implementing the newly developed agribusiness curriculum for certificate, diploma, BSc, Masters and PhD. Universities and colleges are now working closely with the private sector. ANAFE member institutions are conducting regular self-assessments to enhance institutional governance. A guide on institutional management has been published. Strategy for linking tertiary agricultural education developed. Over 130 students have been awarded research grants. Over 60 institutional leaders have been trained on institutional governance. University and private sector linkages have been strengthened, and young lecturers have been trained on pedagogy.
Lecturers needed a refresher course to build capacity, to be innovative, and to help the students move forward independently.
During the end of program workshop held in Nairobi at the beginning of December 2015, implementing partners lauded the SASACID program as having transformed the delivery of agricultural education in colleges and universities across Africa.
We were able to focus the thoughts of our students to look at aspects of creating their own enterprises, not just focusing on being employed. Part of the agribusiness program which we undertook focused on entrepreneurship, and so they were imparted with knowledge in this.
First, the awareness that the program has created in the college, what agribusiness is about and the potential that it has. The students who have benefited, we awarded scholarship to 10 students, 2 male and 8 females who have completed the research projects, and we have had a dissemination workshop. We call the stakeholders to come and hear the results of the research that the student did.
We give 15 scholarship to university to students coming from 4 institutions in Ivory Coast, and after that we work also with extension services for capacity building, and after extension services we work with farmers for capacity building, and we build the capacity of farmers in sustainable management of soil, and also sustainable management and crop disease.
Institutional leaders are now happy that through the SASACID program, they have been able to improve their managerial skills across the board.
At Mulungushi University, we feel that it has contributed to our governance process. We were lucky that we got into this and we did the institutional assessment at a time that we were also preparing to develop the strategic plan at Mulungushi University. And so a lot of the lessons we learned through this institutional assessment became input into the strategic plan development process.
We are happy with this program because this program helps us to develop our strategic plan, and we are now implementing this strategic plan, and they help the governance of our institution. This is one of the outcome of the program. The other part is the fact that they help our institution to develop resources related to agribusiness, related to value chain, and helping all the actors of value chain to be in a win-win process. So we will happy also with SASACID because we allow us to learn and to be interested about entrepreneurship for young and for women.
My visibility at the institution, because I have to interact more closely with the institutional leader, and for doing that I was able to be known by my leaders and also to be promoted. At institutional level, the auto-evaluation we did was a pick-off for the university to implement his strategic plan. And that was a great achievement for us concerning SASACID.
As an institution, I think we had better links with other institutions within the country. So we managed to broker those linkages, which has helped us in that we are benefiting from what they are doing. They are also benefiting from us. So that linkage bit, I think we really value it, and we managed to get it under SASACID.
Most of our curricula had really taken more than 10 years without review, and with the funding from SASACID we were able to review all those curricula to put them into context with what the forestry sector and all other related programs we offer sectors need today.
We managed to review one MSc program, MSc in Land and Water Management, whereby we mainstreamed the issues on risk and management and uncertainty in agriculture. And also we managed to prepare 2 new curriculum in Master of Science, and this one in agroforestry and another one in management of agroecosystems and environment, within which we were able to mainstream also the issues of risk and uncertainty in agriculture.
Au niveau de ANAFE, le programme SASACID a apporté une importante contribution à la faculté d'agronomie, et notamment l'acquisition, la conception des curricula de formation.
The SASACID program came in handy for students undertaking research in the agriculture-related subjects, including agribusiness.
I benefited from the SASACID program by receiving a research grant, and my research was a success through SASACID.
The SASACID program has helped me to turn theoretical skills into practical skills. The project also helped me to understand work ethics.
Where we as ANAFE we want to go to reforms, because we know that the university rules, regulations are a bit rigid. We are doing research, for example, just for the sake of producing scientific papers and being promoted. We want now universities to change the rules, to go through reform, so that now they can be more practical, so that they can now use research, put results of their research into use.
Though the program has come to a close, implementing partners are optimistic that it will mutate to a new phase of consolidating the gains made so far.
We want this program to continue and to be supported also not by ANAFE alone, but all those institutions which are involved. And we want also other institutions that are not, be involved for the first phase to be involved in the second phase.
Nous sommes d'accord avec le principe que les rafts, notamment notre raft Sahel, doivent fonctionner efficacement et aider ANAFE à être beaucoup plus visible.
It's not the end of anything, but I hope it is the end of this process whereby Africa remains an importer of food.
The future of universities is to work. We work with CADEP. We have to take, for example, now the Malabo Declaration, which has a strong component on higher education. We want to go there, work with NEPAD, work with African Union, so that we are part of the change that they want to see.